All right. So you have coffin and ring as your combination. Overall, we have birds as a theme. Okay. So what I do is compare these two, and then I also compare each one to birds. So let's go ahead and get started with coffin and ring. I have a feeling some of you are going to be single. It may happen starting in October. But we have here the Nine of Pentacles, which to me is a very single card, very independent woman kind of a card. So this may be for Sagittarian ladies, but it doesn't have to be. Okay. And for those of you who have a commitment, possibly who are engaged or married. Okay. So I'm going to tell you it's not a happy reading. But so if you don't want to see this reading, go ahead and skip to the second one. Okay. All right. So with coffin and ring, we have some kind of a contractual agreement or a commitment. So that can be like a marriage or an engagement. And I will say with bird and ring, we have talks of commitment. So I think you guys have been talking about this. We also have being nervous about commitment. And I feel like it's mutual. So if you're worried about a commitment, this person is too. I think you're both worried about a relationship. If you received a ring, it may have been too big. Have a loose fit. And that may have just sparked your worry, like, oh, great. The ring doesn't fit, so this relationship doesn't fit. The marriage won't fit. That may be something, or you could have gotten the ring a long time ago and it didn't fit. And you were thinking that's some kind of a bad omen. And so you're worried. And I mean, that might be genuine, may not be, okay? But we have shared worries. So you guys are sharing a worry. Could be about commitment for some people. Could be about some other things we'll get into. We also have a chaotic union. So there's a lot of stress and chaos in this union. And with the Seven of Pentacles here, I do feel like it's about thoughts and contemplation. And now you've already said yes. So if you're not married or engaged, this isn't for you. Okay, you've already said yes. Now the cause of this stress could be, that you guys are a little bit chaotic, but what could be causing some chaos is some gossip or some chatter. Okay, with the birds here. Okay, but that was just a little insight between ring and bird because I started talking about commitment and I want to go ahead and get into that commitment part. Now with coffin and ring, we have putting to rest, a union. So you might, because of this stress, which could have a few causes here, because of the stress, you might release somebody from a commitment or from a contract. I have end of relationship, end of union. You might let go of a promise or you promise to let go. And I get the feeling like the birds have stopped chattering. Almost like when you're in the room together or in a room together, you share some kind of a silence. Now it could be because somebody decided to renege a promise. It could be somebody who you may have offered an engagement and then now you're saying no. But I kind of get like somebody said yes and now they're saying no. It's because something happened. I don't know what happened. Could be gossip, could be a death. But basically there's a silence between you guys. Now for some people, a death could help unite a union. That's possible. Like grief is uniting you because you have a shared grief. We have grief and union. So a shared grief. You both have the same worries. You both have the same grief. So you may have experienced something throughout your marriage or throughout your engagement over which it's helping you to unite. And then some of you, it's helping you to let go. Now, because we have a contractual commitment, some of you may have become pregnant and that sparked a commitment or an engagement. And then no longer being pregnant, you decide to release somebody from their promise. That's a story I'm getting. Because, okay. Because with coffin and birds, we have an end of chaos. So maybe you guys were all worried about a pregnancy or a marriage, and I'm seeing there's an end of that now. So once somebody lets somebody go, there could be an end to that. Okay. I think somebody's coping with a grief by staying busy, working a lot. Now, there's two, well, there could be three, okay. Birds usually represents grandparents or twins, but it doesn't have to necessarily be those, okay. But we have the death of grandparents or the death of twins. Some of you may have found out about a death over social media, and for whatever reason, that has brought some chaos to your relationship. I'm not really sure how you would learn about like a pregnancy death over social media or something like that, okay? But it could just be something that you found out about and you were really quick to react with grief, which I think we all would. But somehow or another, there's a grief that has affected a relationship. Now, maybe the grief has to do with gossip. That's possible. And there's maybe not any death, okay? But I do see grief and then being chaotic and busy. So it could be you guys are both sharing a grief, whether through marriage or an engagement, or maybe just a really committed relationship. And you both are just working really hard and you're not really talking about it. And then you decide to let go. However, there could be an alternative, which is you talk about it and it could help unite you. Sometimes grief separates, sometimes it unites, and I have both scenarios here, okay? So it's really up to you what you want to do. Sorry it had to be a little bit sad again. I don't know what's going on with Sagittarians, but when I get a similar message twice, you know, that's just, I have to tell it, okay? All right, so next we have the second spread. Jeez. I'll pull one card from each. The first one will be what I'm talking about. Second part will clarify or sometimes add to it. And then if I need clarification on either one, I have a separate deck over here. All right, so let's get started. All right, so let's see what's going on for Sagittarians. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we have a motherly figure. Not smothering, just motherly. She is holding her pentacle. Some of you could be focused on work. We do have fertility and looking at things like that. Okay. Let's clarify Queen of Pentacles. The Four of Cups, discontent and boredom. But this is usually a no card. So one, you guys could be getting discontent or not very happy or not wanting to listen to a mother. Or you could be getting told no about something having to deal with motherly issues. Okay, I want to see, what did I, okay, it's purple. It was green, so I was like, did I pull from the wrong deck? Okay, let me pull from the green to get the Queen of Pentacles. The Magician. Okay, so you wanted something to happen, is what I get. And you were being told no. Okay, let me put this to the side so I can see it and it won't be under there. Okay, let's get some more. Now, there could be a Virgo. I don't know why I said Virgo. I mean, it could be Capricorn. You have a ram horn there kind of thing. So it could be an earth sign in general who might be getting in the way of your relationship. Okay. And maybe you don't want to see it. But maybe it's made manifest to you. And I just noticed he has a ring on. But it's not on his wedding finger. It's in the middle. It's like a little green stone in there. I don't know if you can see that because my camera likes to focus on the wrong things sometimes. Okay, let's see. The Seven of Pentacles, it's here. It was in there with the birds. Now it's reversed here. And she is kind of pondering and looking at it. And if you look, this one's free by itself. And she's holding it now. This is a gestation card in reverse. It's like something wasn't quite ripe yet, and somebody's holding that pentacle that fell off. All the other ones are not done growing yet, and that one came a little too early. Okay, let's get another card. Eight of Cups reversed. Somebody can't move on. Somebody's very emotionally invested, but maybe it was a bad investment. Could be some unrequited love going on. The Hermit. So we have somebody being single. We also have the Virgo card. Somebody's seeking information. They've been pondering on it very heavily. And they haven't quite withdrawn yet. They haven't left yet. So even though you haven't left yet, this is an older card. Somebody might become single. But I feel like you're going through a dark night of the soul, especially with all these readings we've had for you, Sagittarius. Wow. I don't get a lot of readings like that. So when they come up more than once for one sign, I have a feeling it must be very prevalent for a lot of people. Let's see what the Hermit's about. Ace of Wands in reverse. Kind of goes with Four of Cups, with passion having died. We have passion not ignited. But yet somebody can't move on. It's like the Eight of Cups, which is emotional withdrawal. Somebody's leaving and moving on. It's like it can't happen for some reason. I'm not sure why. And we did have, I'll tell you, the Ace of Wands with ring, I believe it was. Oh, I think I already mixed them together. Yeah, with the ring, we had Ace of Wands upright. Now we have Ace of Wands reversed. So I guess, yes, this could be turning down a relationship and being single. Possibly because there was a Virgo involved or an earth sign. Not trying to blame Virgos for anything, okay? Let's see why this Ace of Wands is reversed. It's a thumbs down. Just, the Star, healing. Somebody's breaking free in order to heal themselves. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. Somebody's seeking enlightenment. They're trying to heal some kind of a grief. So they can't move on. And maybe their passion died because they're grief-stricken. And they're needing to heal it. The Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so this is a widow. A widower. But I just said widow because the woman's in the card. Apply the gender how you can. We also have a divorced woman. A woman who's well acquainted with sorrow. And she tends to have a higher perspective based on these things, but she's in reverse. And so it's as if these things have made her bitter. I didn't mean to enunciate that so strangely, but these things have made her bitter, and she can be cruel towards people. And I'm not saying that's your energy or not. This could also be a mother figure. But I feel like this is somebody who's been scorned and they are more revenge seeking. Okay. And we really need some healing more so. This could also be, you know, somebody's had fertility issues, okay, in the past. And then they didn't, but something happened. But she's well acquainted with grief. And that's why she's so direct. But here she's in her negative aspect, okay? Let's see what Queen of Swords is reversed here. Two of Wands reversed. I'm going to get some clarification. Somebody is letting go of a contract, yeah, with the Two of Wands. We have the waiting game. Somebody doesn't want to wait anymore, which reminds me of the Seven of Pentacles. Somebody may feel like they've waited long enough. Something should have been dealt with a while ago. Let's get two cards. Six of Swords. Somebody's not healing or moving on, and they need it. Something with the Devil here. Could be a third party, because with the Devil we have could be affair. Could just be something toxic, something that needs to be mastered. And the healing hasn't yet begun, but we need it. It's almost like somebody has foregone healing. And they're like, I'm not going to wait for healing. And I'm going to be bitter. Okay. Let's see if anything more comes up. The Star reversed. And then we have the Star upright. Somebody's very bitter about something that's gone on. Let's clarify it. 9 of Wands. On guard. Somebody may have been vulnerable, and now they're trying to prevent themselves from being vulnerable again. They may have lost faith and lost hope. And that's why the Star is reversed. They had hope, and then they lost hope. And they're going to need all their spiritual strength to keep the roof from falling in, pretty much. I don't know if I want to keep going. Jeez. Let's see if we can get something good. The Fool. So we have a new beginning, starting over. With the Hierophant. Could be with a Taurus. Could be with an Aquarius. Earth sign. But we have non-conventional and conventional. So there may be two opposing sides here. One person may want to have a commitment, but no actual contract. Whereas somebody does want the contract. Somebody could also be breaking free from a marriage or a contract. And you notice we have white dogs in both of these, funnily enough. There's something telling you that you're not looking at something. Because, you know, his back is toward us. Let's see, what letter is that? Looks like there's an F on the book. Could be a T, like Torah, but it's hard to tell. We have a sun in both cards. They're very similar. I've never noticed that before. It's just with this particular deck. I don't know if you happen to have a white dog. And then let's see here. There's a couple. There's something else on here. I'm trying to get a closer look. There's 3 people. It was really hard to see at first. There's 3 people. One is kneeling in front of the girl. So it could be about children. It could be about just a third person in the relationship. I've never noticed that before. So it's interesting when I notice things for the first time. It's usually what it means. But we have unconventional wisdom, somebody who doesn't want to be very traditional, and somebody who does. Okay, let's get a final clarification for this. 7 of Pentacles reversed. Somebody's not going to wait around. It could have been that somebody did in vitro with the devil here. But it's just not working. And so somebody's trying to go the traditional route, and some people are trying not to. But we have starting over, having a brand new start. And I do feel like it's going to be more single. Okay. Not sure why all this is showing up. I wanted to get something positive for you guys. Okay, let's see here.